What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you who don't know, my name is Chris Moore, and we are on the way to work today, guys, and we have got a lot of stuff to do. Whoa! Welcome to the house, new Lambo. Just picked this up, 2016 Huracan 610-4. Just had the forged carbon wing put on it. This thing, oh, so sweet. Oh, don't worry, the Big Mac's still in there. All right, guys, so we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. First, the sound of this thing. This is like the best part about Lamborghinis. The sound is fantastic. Anyways, we got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We went and just did our first ever roll race in the Mexico streets. We learned a lot of stuff, guys. We learned that a lot of our drag race tactics didn't work in the street. We learned a lot about the suspension. We learned a lot about the chassis. We learned a lot about the length of the motorcycle. That is what got us the most. In here in South Carolina, when we go test stuff, we test them on concrete streets. Concrete hooks much better than asphalt. In Mexico, we had asphalt roads. Not that great of asphalt roads either. So it was, I guess you would say, the traction was nowhere near like what the traction is on a concrete road. So it was definitely a learning experience for us there. We had to let the air pressure down on the bike, on the tire, in order to make it hook. When we let the air pressure down on the tire, traction was there, but the top speed was not. So we got to go and get the bike unloaded. We're going to change a lot of stuff today. We're going to talk a lot about things that we need to change to make these things faster for top speed. Stay with us, guys. Let's go. Guys, we're on the way to work now. When we first left, I said that we only wanted to do half-mile racing, period. I said I do not want to do 9/10. It's too far. I don't see the point. Well, anyways, when we got down there, we were doing some testing a couple days early. We played around in the half-mile. Next thing you know, we're holding it wide open a little farther, a little farther, a little farther. I ended up holding it wide open one time, 1.2 miles, guys. Talk about fun. Oh my God, I loved it. The 9/10 racing, definitely a super good time, but definitely a completely different setup from half mile. You got to change the gearing. A lot of things that you got to run into, or a lot of problems that you ran into with 9/10 is the aerodynamics. I didn't have any aerodynamic modifications done to the motorcycle, such as the front fender, such as a lot of other things that are going to help the bike with aero. When these bikes get to, let's just say 200 miles per hour, they hit a brick wall aerodynamically. That's why when you see a lot of these crazy fast cars, they go way faster than the bikes because the car is so much more aerodynamic. Speaking of car, let's do a few little baby revs in this thing. Ah, the Lambo. It sounds so good. Crackles. All right, guys, let's get this bike tore down. All right, guys, we just got everything unloaded. She still runs good. Street bike, boys. Look at all the MR12 I went through. 1 can, 2 can, 3 can, 4 can. 4 cans of MR12. That's 20 gallons. $35 a gallon for that gas, guys. Yeah, that's right. Just my bike, $700 in gasoline in Mexico. We had some fun. Well, I'm telling you, even though we didn't get to race a lot of people, we did a lot of testing, a lot of tuning, and a lot of learning with this setup. About to drain the gas out, put pump gas back in it, and clean the system out. For those of you who don't know a lot about MR12, MR12 becomes sticky and gunky. It'll gunk up the fuel injectors and it'll stop up the fuel pump. You cannot leave it in the motorcycle for an extended period of time. Now, we had it in there all week last week. Yeah, that's fine, because we were running the bike every day. The bike never sat. But other than that, you cannot leave it sitting in there. Once we get that flushed out, I'm gonna ride it down the road, put a few miles on the street, kind of clean everything in the engine out with pump gas. Then we're gonna start unbolting this thing. I'll pull the motor out. We're gonna tear it down and freshen it up, see how the engine was wearing and how it was performing on the street, putting this many miles and running it this hard. We're also gonna change some things in the engine to take away torque, I guess you would say, and to add top end horsepower. That's gonna be done by re-degreeing the cams. Just like that, the motor's out. That's what she looks like naked. That's what Ralph looks like after he's been playing with his ball. Hey, wanna play with ball? Where's your ball? Here. Ralphie loves his ball. So anyways, you can see we got this thing stripped down. BJ is over here doing some modifications to it now. Let's show you a little bit about what he's about to do. He is taking the factory air box and we are cutting this open. Flip it around the other side so we can see. So see, when you have from the factory, you have I guess you'll say there's a hump there, and that's where your factory pair valve is. Spin it back around. So that stuff is designed to fit the pair valve in that hole, I guess you would say. So we're gonna cut that out, that indentation, and then BJ is going to make the airbox bigger so that the airbox itself will hold more air. And we're gonna fill that in with carbon fiber. We'll have that updated here in just a second. I think you're gonna like the way it looks. If you want this done to your airbox, you can send it in to us and we can mail it back to you. But wait till you see how this thing turns out in the long run. Guys, I just got some new goodies. Just picked up a new sponsor, Chin Mounts. I've also got these 10% off. You click the link below. But you can go on Chin Mounts website, and these are new custom helmet mounts to mount your GoPro. So basically these mounts here are made to where they they stick directly to your helmet. No matter what helmet you have, you go on their website, find your exact model helmet, and then when you go on there, they're custom made to fit the helmet perfectly. So we're about to install this on my Bell race helmet, and look at how that's gonna mount. Super cool. It's gonna mount just flat on the bottom. All your ventilation stuff still works. And I think these are gonna help us get some really good videos. We also got the adapter kits to wear the low profile buckle with extensions. So this is gonna be able to angle the videos. So we're gonna have a video like this, but it's not gonna be sticking out with a crazy gaudy GoPro mount. I've been wanting this for a while, but I tried several different GoPro mounts that GoPro themselves make. None of them work. They wouldn't stick to the helmet. You can see I got this one here on the side, but it sucks. Like I can only see the one side, and it's like it's not angled right, and when I turn my head, it's not looking at the right thing. I think this is gonna be the ticket, guys. We're about to put this on. We're gonna take this, heat it up a little bit. We're gonna heat up the glue per their instructions. We're gonna see how this thing turns out. we're back. It's a new day. The GoPro chin mount, as you can see, is all mounted up. Everything is finished. You're supposed to let it sit 24 hours to let everything cure, which we did. Everything feels super firmly mounted. You can also see it has a tether here too, which is required by a lot of race sanctionings. That worked out pretty good. And BJ has got the airbox finished. You can see how much larger the overall volume of the airbox is now. We're going to be doing these for customers. You're probably looking around 250 bucks parts and labor to get these done, plus shipping. You could actually ship us your airbox. We could cut it open it up, replace everything back with real carbon fiber, epoxy everything in, and your tune probably will need a little bit of tweaking. At high speeds, I feel like it is going to be putting in a lot more air. As far as the bike goes, as you can see, the motor is all out. Everything is stripped down. We're waiting on the new swing arm. I ordered that. We got the motor ready to be sent off. We're going to send that back to HTP Performance. They're going to do a freshen up, check and see how this thing was wearing. In other words, how did it hold up to the beatings? Holding it wide open for 9/10 of a mile. This is all something new to us, so we're just having to learn everything as we go. Hopefully we have this thing all ready to go in a couple weeks, and we are ready to head back south soon. Stay tuned to the channel. Be sure to subscribe to the action. Subscribe to the channel to catch all the action. As you can see, I got on one of our newest More Mafia merch. This is like it's actually super comfortable. It's the thickness of really like a long sleeve t-shirt, but it's hooded. So super cool the way it's built like a hoodie, but it's not super thick and hot like a hoodie. So for on a good riding 55, 60 degree day, this thing is perfect and super comfy to lay around the house in. All right, guys, smash that like button. Check us out, moremafia.com. Thanks for watching, guys. We'll see you next time.